And I believe the number one reason, number one reason you see on the screen is because black women were never taught to be a man's piece. And we know most black men talk about the fact that they don't get peace from black women, but if she was never taught to be the importance of peace to a man, she's going to look at it like you're nagging her. She's going to be the one nagging you. So for men, peace is don't nag me, don't start arguments, because they like to start fights, right? Well, especially if you're like, kind of like an introverted guy like me, you don't talk too much. Now, obviously, I'm on YouTube, so I got to talk, but usually in my day to day life, I don't talk like that. Like you keep to yourself, you don't talk too much, you don't have like drama. She's gonna be with you and she's like, why can't Boogie talk? Why doesn't he talk? Why does it like drama? So she's just gonna find anything to start like drama, start like a fight. You come back home, you go out, everything. Have you guys been with a woman? You hang out with a woman, everything is going so well, then out of the blue, she may either start a fight of something you guys had like 2 weeks ago, or she may think you looked at a girl that you didn't even look at, or she may say she doesn't want to go to the place that you guys already planned to go to. So they will find every excuse to start a fight. And you're thinking, I thought we are going to have a good time. And then she starts a random fight. So that's what most guys talk about when it comes to peace. It's like men don't want to be nagged, especially if they're doing their job, they're providing, they're protecting, they're trying to do the best they can do. Some women want to find every reason to mess up your peace. Even guys who like to play video games. I'm not a video game kind of guy anymore. But some guys say they will be playing video games, just minding their business, and then here comes the girl just starting a fight. Oh, why are you playing video games? Oh, doing something just to make sure he's not at peace. So that's one of the reasons guys are like, you know what? I've been dating black women for peace for all these years. And then they date a white woman who lets them do their thing, doesn't nag them. And they're like, I'm never going back. You know, the whole thing, if you go black, you never go back. Some black men date white women and they're like, never again, because it's something new. Because you can imagine some guys see the nagging and the arguments, the ratchetness, the loudness, the chaos. They see it in their own homes with their sisters, with their single moms. So they have been seeing it for all these years growing up. Once he dates a white woman and it's a whole new experience, he's like, oh shit. I didn't know I could date a woman and we don't have to be in an argument for a whole month. You know? Yeah, it's true, guys. Like some guys that it doesn't even, like I said, it doesn't have to be a white woman, but a guy will date black women and he knows, because sometimes you are not toxic as a guy, but because all the women you've been dating love toxicity, it's going to become part of you. Because remember, the more time you spend with someone, you start picking up on some of their habits. So if you date a woman who likes to argue, chances are even your next relationship, you are going to bring some of that energy and bring it to the next woman. Even if she doesn't like to argue, you're going to start arguing because your ex-girlfriend kind of messed up your mind to think that relationships mean arguments. Every time you don't like something, every time you don't like something, you raise your voice. Every time you get emotional. Because women, guys, if you're not careful, like women have a weird way of getting you to behave like them. Like you have to pay very, very you have to be pay very, very high attention. You have to be very, very alert, especially when it's arguments and things like that. Because have you ever found yourself like a woman can start an argument with you on this level, right? It's like, oh my god, yeah, and you're still cool. Hey, babe, can we just have a normal conversation? And then she'll keep going, because you know why she keeps going? It's because she wants you to raise to her level. Before you know it, you started the conversation trying to just have a normal discussion, debate, whatever it is, and then before you know it, you find yourself screaming and raising your voice the same level as hers. And if you don't pay attention to that, That's the energy I'm talking about. They have a way of bringing you in onto their level and, changing their energy with you. So you got to be careful. So that's the piece I'm talking about. And once a guy dates a white woman, Latina woman. Now, I've heard some stories about Latina women that they're also crazy and they like arguments like that. But you may find one who grew up with two parents and there was no chaos in the house. But if you date a woman, it could even be another black woman. If you've been in toxic argument types of relationships your whole life, right? The moment you date a woman who doesn't have that, it's night and day difference. I'm telling you. So I find it very hard to believe that a black man who has been dating all these black women, and he never finds peace with them. Finally that's a white woman, finds some peace, and then he comes back to black women again. Like, it's going to be very hard. He will literally need to find a unicorn. God will literally have to tell him that, hey, listen, this black woman, she's never going to argue with you. She's going to be like the white woman. That's why yesterday on the live stream, I said that all the black men who date white women, if God could tell them, hey, listen, the white woman you're dating, is she peaceful? The guy will say yes. Is she good to you? Yes. Does she respect you? Yes. How about I turn her into a black woman? Most guys will be like, okay, oh, it's okay, God. Yeah, as long as she's still going to be nice to me. You know, Mark says, Boogie, it's best to have peace than to deal with a woman with some toxic chicks. Yeah, Mark, I agree, but most guys don't learn. In fact, I'm going to say some guys don't learn that they need peace because they grew up in a house where they are a single mom, especially if they grew up in a single mother household. The mom was talking to them like that. So now they have been conditioned to believe that a relationship between a man and a woman has to be one where you're fighting all the time, you're arguing all the time, you're going back and forth, because their mom used to do the same thing. So now they grow up, they start to date women, and then that's the same thing that happens, right? Back and forth, arguments. So some guys don't even know. They think arguing with women and the toxicity of relationship is how it's supposed to be. But the moment he dates a woman who doesn't do those sorts of things, he can never go back. Because I believe every man likes peace. Whether he knows it or not, the moment you get a taste of a peace of mind, because once a man has peace, I believe you get focused. You can't, for example, right? Let's say you're planning to go to the gym. You come home at 5 p.m. Let's say you live with your girl, right? You come home at 5 p.m. You're planning to go to the gym. And then you get home and your woman starts to fight with you, starts some argument out of the blue. You are not going to be the same. You are not going to have the same emotional capacity and the same energy to go to the gym. You're going to find yourself losing motivation. Like, not having peace and having that toxicity makes you lose focus from the things you're supposed to do. That's why when you hear a guy saying, I want peace, men talking about, I want peace, some guys just say it because they don't understand really what it does to them. But when you have a peace of mind, you focus on your goals. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it.